Good morning, friends and CYT family, and good morning, cast of Matilda. I just wanted to create this helpful video to help with creating and filling out your measurement sheet that I'm going to need to use so that I can go ahead and socially distance but still go to the CYT warehouse and start pulling things to prep for fittings for you all. I am going to go ahead and have Tyler or Kate, they'll send you a copy of the measurement sheet that I have. It's actually the exact same from Junie, with the exception that I have gone ahead and put an asterisk by everything that I need you to fill out. But what you'll notice is I do need you to fill out to the best of your ability. Everyone is going to need to fill out the top portion of this actor measurement sheet so I can have some of those useful pieces of information. And then down below that are actual measurements that I will need you to take. The only exception is that our actor who's playing the acrobat, I am going to go ahead and need the girth measurement for her. So I will walk you guys through how to take that, but that's just for our actor playing the acrobat, and everybody else, it's just a single asterisk. I need all of those things from your kiddos. Please do go ahead and measure all of your kids that are in the cast of Matilda, even if they were measured for Junie, because it's already been several months since we measured them for that, since we measured them at the beginning of that time process. And it will be far more beneficial for me to have recent updated measurements from them. And then also to you moms who were there with me when I did the last informational thing, go ahead and just, like, if you don't mind and you have the time, go ahead and watch this video, because we were a little rushed back then when we had to do that, and I didn't get to even fully flesh out everything to you. And so this may still be helpful, or if you already, you know it, go ahead and move on through it. But even if there's a single measurement that you're like, oh, I'm not quite sure exactly how to take that, don't worry, I'm going to cover that here, and you can even fast forward through the video to get to that portion within the measurement sheet, because I'm just going to kind of go through and do them in order for you guys. So great. Okay, I've got some fun little helpers. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to start. So you take care of the top portion again. And so this is just an instructional and helpful video for the measurement portion that starts with circumferences and head is beneath that. So I'm going to rotate this so that you can see my little helper friend. So what I need for the head measurement, and obviously this does not have hair, but that's okay. What you'll need to do is, like, so no ponytails at the back of the head, just hair down or hair natural. I'll need you to take your measuring tape and, keeping it parallel to the ground, so horizontal, I just need you to measure around the fullest circumference of the top portion of their head. There we go. So again, this is going to be parallel to the ground, so it'll be a horizontal line, and just that fullest measurement is what I need, and you can take that over the fullness of their hair. So that's how you're going to measure the head. Tilt this down a little bit. For the base of neck measurement, you're actually going to take your measuring tape and you're going to stick it there at the bottom of their neck where it starts to hit the juncture for where it turns into shoulder here. You're just going to measure the base of their neck, which helps give me a measurement for collars and dress shirts. So you're just going to measure the circumference there at the base of their neck. Rotate back to our other little helper friend. One thing that you ladies who did help me with the last time, you'll notice that we have a little waist tape on our friend. So what I need you guys to do within the best of your ability, have your kiddo wear a shirt that is a contrast color to whatever you can use as a waist tape. Now this can be a really long shoelace or two shoelaces tied together and then tied into a bow around their waist. I've got some ribbon here. You can use twine, whatever you can find around the house that you can use as a measurement waist tape. This is what we're going to need. And again, it needs to be a contrast color from their shirt so that I will be able to see where their natural waist sits on them. And what I was teaching those moms when we did the workshop last time is you'll tie it around their waist, and then you'll have them do just kind of a little wiggle back and forth, and then you can properly tie it. It will sit and it'll nestle into that smallest part of their waist, which is their true and natural waist, and that's where you can tie it into a bow. So that's where it is here on my dress form. It's at the smallest portion of their waist, of this little hourglass that's happening here. So once you've done that, you can go ahead. The next measurement that we're going to take says chest/bust. And for all of these that have an asterisk by them and they continue on to the right and have two things that you do both of those things. I didn't put an asterisk over on that right part, but we are going to do the chest and the bust and the expanded measurement for both. So what you're going to do is around underneath their armpits, you're going to have them raise their arms. You're going to take your measuring tape, and again, we're going to keep it horizontal to the ground. So once they've raised their arms, they can put their arms back down, and you're going to keep your measurement tape horizontal to the ground, parallel to the ground, and you're going to take that measurement, write it down, and then you're going to have them take a deep breath, and then you're going to take that fullest measurement. So theirs would expand. I can't breathe. Theirs would expand, and you would write that in the expanded portion. Then the next measurement you're going to take is the waist measurement. So again, keeping your measuring tape, make sure all the way around it is horizontal, it is parallel to the ground. You're going to measure exactly where that waist tape is because that's their natural waist measurement. So you're going to write that one down. The next measurement that we're going to do is called high hip. And in today's day and age, the high hip is basically where we wear our pants. We don't have high-waisted pants most of the time anymore. They sit mostly at the high hip. So you can even see here on my dress form, I've got the natural waist here, and here is the high hip. It's usually about 3 to 4 inches down, but again, wherever your kiddo is wearing their pants, as long as they're not high-waisted pants, that's a good measurement reference for me because I just need that measurement so that I can pull pants that are gonna fit them comfortably and where they normally have them fit. So you'll take that measurement, make sure that your kiddos don't have stuff in their like pockets or anything that you'd have to measure outside of, have them empty all their pockets. But you can measure on top of the shirt because that's just gonna provide a little bit of ease. So again, I am keeping this, you can see it's not horizontal, here we go. I'm keeping it parallel to the ground. So you're gonna take this high hip measurement and then you're gonna take the fullest hip measurement, which is lower. And the fullest hip measurement is the fullest portion around their hips and their rump. Again, keeping the measurement tape horizontal. And wherever that fullest part is, you're going to measure their circumference around that, and that's their full hip. For the width portion, it may be easier to show you on myself. So for the widths, I need the shoulder to shoulder front and the shoulder to shoulder back, especially since we have like school uniforms in this. And there's that seam normally where a garment, especially a blazer or a jacket, would have a shoulder to shoulder measurement. And this will help me properly pull and fit those. So you will be able to feel on your kiddo a shoulder bone point. And so what you can do, whether you find that shoulder bone point or you just measure where a sleeve seam would normally sit for a normal sleeve, you would measure from that shoulder bone point to the shoulder bone point, that shoulder to shoulder front. You can kind of even see that here on me. And then you do the same on the back. So wherever a sleeve seam would normally be, and within reason, like I'll be able to work this out from your measurements, that's what shoulder to shoulder front means, and shoulder to shoulder back. Then you're going to measure their arm's eye, which is just a really fun word for like the measurement around their armpit and above their shoulder, because that is the arm's eye is the armhole of the garment. So you're going to take your measuring tape on them around their dominant arm. All measurements you do on an arm or on a leg are going to be on whichever arm or leg they use more. So I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna measure. I'm going underneath my armpit, over the top of my shoulder, and that will be your arm's-eye measurement. Then you're gonna take their bicep measurement, again using their dominant arm. You're gonna have them make a muscle, and you're going to measure around the fullest portion of their bicep so that I get an accurate read. Again, making a muscle so that whatever they're doing through the play, they're gonna have enough room in their costume to be able to do their movements. Then you're gonna measure the wrist, again, of their dominant arm, and you're just going to do that, again, very easy. That one's just around their wrist. You can even see where it starts to bend. That's where I'm going to measure, just above that, the bending point. For their thigh, you're going to measure around their dominant leg. Again, that would be my right leg. And what you're actually going to do, I might have to tilt this a little bit, you're going to have them lunge. Just make a lunge so that their leg gets fuller with their muscle mass. And you're going to, again, you're going to measure around the fullest portion of their thigh while they're lunging so that you can get an accurate measurement for the amount of ease that they're going to need in their garment for like the pants that I do. So that's the thigh measurement. Then for all of the lengths portion, for neck, front to waist, this is exactly why your kiddo is going to need the waist tape on them while you measure them, at least for this portion, and then for the photos that I'm going to need you to take. So what you're going to do is you're going to have them stand up straight and tall. Kiddos, at no point do you look down while your parents or whoever's taking your measurements. Do not look down. Look straight ahead. Keep a nice posture. Look straight ahead. Do not look down, because if you look down, it's going to shorten all of your measurements. So what you're going to do is, kiddos, you stand up nice and tall, look straight ahead, and then whoever is measuring, you're going to take the measurement tape, and you can see here, this is the base of my neck, just this little divot. So you're going to put the measurement tape right there, and you're going to measure down to the waist tape. So that is your measurement for neck, front to waist. Then you're going to keep this here, and then you're going to measure down to wherever their crotch is, as if you had put even like some sort of ruler under here as a stopping point. You're going to measure down. So like for my dress form, neck, front to the base of crotch is 27 inches. So I would write that down in that category underneath to the crotch portion. Then you're going to do the same part on neck back to waist, except you're going to start, there's the bone here at the base of the neck. You're going to stick your measurement tape right there at the base of the neck. On my dress form, I have a nice little line here that references the base of the neck. So you're going to measure from base of neck to the waist. Again, them standing nice and tall, looking straight ahead. And then you're going to write that measurement down. And then the base of seat is, again, going to be taken by looking perpendicular to them, so that with my dress form, base of neck to base of seat is 29 inches. The next measurement that you need to take is shoulder point to elbow. So you're just going to have them stand up tall. And then you're going to place your measurement tape again, actually at that shoulder bone where we talked about earlier when we took shoulder to shoulder front. You're going to put it at the shoulder bone here, because that's where my sleeve would start. So you can see I'm putting it here at my shoulder bone, and I'm going down, arm straight at my side, measuring down. What I need is shoulder point to elbow. So I'm going to measure down to where my elbow is. Rotate this around. So for me, that was 14.5 inches. I do not recommend you measure yourself, just so you know. I'm just using this because I don't have a real shoulder and elbow in my elbow here. And then again, you're going to continue that measurement down to the wrist. And that measurement, shoulder point to elbow to wrist, is with the arm straight. The next measurement is with, if all of you kiddos remember who got measured for Junie, we like to make the Barbie arm, as I like to call it. So the base of neck to shoulder, you're again going to place the beginning of your measuring tape at the base of the neck. and you're gonna measure to that shoulder bone. That's the first measurement I need, is base of neck to shoulder. That's what that means, to the shoulder bone. Then I'm gonna hold that there, and as they hold out their Barbie arm, I'm going to continue the measurement down to their elbow. Mark that measurement as shoulder, as base of neck to shoulder. I'm so sorry. As base of neck to elbow, which is that next category. And then I'm gonna continue down to their wrist as it is bent. Again, their arm is bent in the Barbie arm position. And that's going to give me the proper measurement for that section. For waist to above knee, let me go ahead and set my dress form up here on this pedestal. So again, this is why you need that waist tape on your kiddo. So the measurement waist to above knee, I'm just going to start here at the waist tape. And again, you're gonna run your hand right here, feel where the top of their knee is before you would get the shaped portion of their knee. So the top of their knee, you're gonna measure from the waist tape to above knee, then to the knee, which is the roundest portion of their knee, where you can see the bending portion on the back and the fullest portion of the kneecap. That's what waist to knee category is. And then to below the knee. And then you're also going to measure from the waist to the floor as they are barefoot. The next thing that you need to measure is inseam, everybody's favorite. Inseam to above knee. The inseam is taking the beginning of the measuring tape to the base of the crotch, to the base of the inseam, which is the intersection of all of the fabrics here underneath. And you're going to measure again. We've got inseam to above knee, to the below knee, and then to the ankle, not to the floor. So I need you to measure from the base of the crotch to above the knee, to the knee, which again is the fullness of the knee, to below the knee, and then to the ankle. That's just gonna go to their ankle bone, which is where their tennis shoe or a normal shoe would normally sit, right there at the ankle bone. Then for girth, again, this is just for the acrobat. To measure girth, I'm gonna have to set her back down. To measure the girth, you can take the measuring tape between your kiddo's leg, and then again, over the shoulder of their dominant arm, around their back and around their front, over the fullest portion of their bust. So on my dress form here, that's about 64 inches. This is a measurement so that I can order a leotard or a unitard, whatever we're gonna do as we costume our acrobat. So if you ever need to measure to get your kiddo a unitard or a leotard, that's one of the measurements that they need, is called girth. And then the last thing that I need is rise. So for the rise, let me pull my stool up here. For the rise, I need your student to sit on a chair, sit up nice and tall, and I need you, if I had my waist tape on here, I'll steal my waist tape from my helper friend. So wherever their waist tape sits at their waist, I just need you to measure the height from the top of the stool or the chair that they're sitting, not the top, I'm so sorry, words are hard. You're gonna put the measuring tape there, where they're sitting on that stool, have them sit up nice and tall, and you're gonna just measure the distance from basically the bottom of where they're sitting right here, up to their waist tape, and that is what the rise is. And then friends, after all of that, that's all I need. We're not doing the foot tracing because you could trace their foot on the back and then take a picture or upload this page to me. And then it's probably not going to be in the right proportion at all, and it would just be distorted and I wouldn't have an accurate foot measurement. So we'll do that later. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to send them back through the chain of however you receive this, and they'll make sure that they get it to me and I can answer any of your questions. But besides that, I'm just super excited because this is part of getting costumes done. So here we are, we're moving forward by the grace of God. And I'm just really stoked to actually get to start moving forward. So again, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. And you could print this off, fill it in, take a picture of it, send it back in, however Kate or however Tyler tells you to do this. I'm just equipping you all with this measurement sheet and with the how to do the measurement so that you feel equipped and confident and comfortable. And then we're gonna get this started. So I hope you all enjoy your day, and I can't wait to actually see you in person. That'll be much better than this virtual. So blessings on your day, and see you hopefully soon. All right, bye friends.